well, is it worth it to renew it? But there's some things I'm just like, honey child, I don't need and I'm not paying extra for. Hey y'all, this is Tamika, the face behind Hey HR. Hey listen, if you want to know about this SHRM membership and if it's worth your dollars, just keep watching. So when I talk about the SHRM membership, I'm meaning that you are a total SHRM member, which means you can go into their website, access any database that they have. You can get quite a few benefits. There are some cons to it. And I think that's what we're here to discuss. I see a lot of dialogue where folks are like wondering if this SHRM membership is worth it. Well, let's talk about some of the great things that the SHRM membership is able to offer to you. Now, the first thing I love about being a SHRM member is that you get those discounted costs. So when you're preparing to take the exam, or maybe you're going to a conference, or maybe you want to buy a particular item, you'll always see non-member costs and member costs. I just love knowing that somewhere I'm getting a discount. I love my discounts. And so if you're going to offer me one just to be a member, then I think it's great. I mean, obviously we want to look at the membership cost. So it's roughly around $100, $125. It's fluctuated at different times, but that's roughly the cost for it. So if I'm going to a SHRM membership that's probably going to cost roughly $3,000, but in turn I'm paying $2,500, I'm already getting a $500 discount, which means I've already pocketed like $400. So I like the SHRM discounts that come with being a member. In addition to the registration fees for attending different conferences, you also get a discounted exam cost. And that's awesome too. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's good to know that you're not paying that extra $50 that someone who's not a member is paying. Now, there are tons of benefits to being a SHRM member and having that membership, that official membership that you've paid the annual cost for. But I'm gonna be honest with you, one of my absolute favorite, I mean, the discounts are totally my favorite, but my second favorite is definitely the fact that when I go into their database, if I need a sample template for a job description, how to write a policy, how to look at a law and maybe do an in-house poster for it versus buying one outside, like it's so nice that there's that database of all of these templates, offer letters, termination letters, change forms. I can at least get a blank template of what I want to do. Obviously, once I already get it from that database, then I want to brand it for the company, right? So I want to put some company logo in it. Maybe I want to put the EEOC disclaimer on it as well, depending on what document it is. Even employee handbooks. I wrote an employee handbook, and it was nice to know that I had that to compare to. Obviously, I want to look at some industry things. I want to look at some culture things. I want to look at some regular laws that apply to this organization. It's always great to know that just because I'm a SHRM member, I also have the access to templates. I don't have to ask somebody for a source. It's there. Another great thing about being a member is you get access to all of these other HR professionals in different avenues. So I'll say one thing that I thought was a little cute and I didn't realize was a thing was when I went to the national conference, and there were quite a few events that because I'm a member or because I'm certified, I can go to versus someone who's not a member or who's not certified. So that's always good to know that you're getting in a company of like-minded folks, and maybe you can have those folks as not only building your network, but also as a resource in case you need things in the future. Have you ever had that time where you're looking for a background screening company, you're looking for a HRIS system that can perhaps offer you something a little bit more robust than what you're currently using? Or maybe you just want someone that can do workers' comp, or maybe you want a benefits broker, what have you. Being a member gives you access to having a vendor directory. So yeah, you get that big book when you go to the national conference. Maybe you can call around to a few folks and kind of make up your own list of folks that you want to use. And yeah, that's all great because you have different resources. But if you're like, I need one quick, I need one fast, I need one now, you can go into the SHRM database and get one because you're a SHRM member. Another thing that I like, kind of similar to being able to have this access to the database of other HR professionals, is the fact that you can network through chapter involvement. So yeah, again, you don't have to be a member in order to go to different chapter events or be involved in different chapter activities. But if you want to be maybe a board member or what have you, then you have to be a member. So those things are nice because it looks great for your resume. It gives you experience that you're not normally would get. And it definitely gets you a more closely relationship with those folks that you're building a network with. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, no lie, it's hard for me to just say, I don't want to be a member. I feel like there's just so many benefits because the next one, I'm having a hard time if this is my number 3, if this is my number 2. But I'm a girl that thinks that data and analytics always tells the story for me. I don't have to tell it for myself. And unfortunately, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of a sidebar of a commercial. Being an African American female in the corporate industry is difficult. A lot of times, if it's not imposter syndrome that's hitting me, then I can notice that I'm being more challenged than my counterpart and more resources are being asked of me and more validity is being asked to be proven on things that I present versus my counterpart. So it's great to know that SHRM gives me those actual data, very detailed data, very detailed analytics that I can use to support my argument. So that will work for anyone. I'm just saying that it's totally worked for me because at times when I had no one to depend on in the workplace and it was difficult for me to move forward with something that's going to benefit the company because I'm going through all of these disparities to get there, it was nice to say, well, SHRM has this. And most times SHRM has gotten that resource or built their resources from other places. So it's always really nice to have that direct contact by being a member. Now, I haven't used this option with SHRM, but I noticed this on their website when I was kind of researching what some of the benefits are beyond what I already knew. And it is legal and compliance resources that SHRM provides only to members. Now, I haven't had that. I've been luckily able to work somewhere where we've always had an employment law attorney, either in-house or externally. And I've always very connected with resources and had a good solid network that I can reach out to some of my attorney friends who are able to answer questions for me or answer them at an a la carte rate. SHRM membership offers that as well if you are not that person that has that resource. All right, so there's tons more benefits and I probably can be here all day telling you all about them, but right now we're gonna slip just slightly away from those benefits, which I think that's a great handful. I think for the amount of money that's being offered or being charged to be a member, that's a great handful. But there's some things I'm just like, honey child, I don't need and I'm not paying extra for. So the annual membership fee, it's a little annoying whenever you notice that you have to pay that membership fee. I mean, traditionally, are we using that for a discount at the pool? Are we using that for a discount at happy hour? Like, are we really using this membership for anything beyond work? So my plan is to always get the employers to cover that cost. But whenever they can't, yeah, obviously that's a con for me because I don't think that all of the money that I'm saving for a company is my responsibility to pay up front. I'm using it for you. So always push that cost out if you can. Otherwise, it's definitely a con because you're responsible for the annual fee. Now, another thing that I really don't like about being a SHRM member is that at the end of the day, it's gotten so big. It's a huge organization, right? So yeah, we have the local, we have the regional branches. It's great to be in those places, but it adds on another commitment with another organization, maybe another meeting or what have you. So it can become really busy on top of your normal day. So it's a little annoying because being a SHRM member, I don't really feel like I'm a part of a small community that's at my hands. I feel like I'm a number in a huge world. So I don't really like that. But how can we really avoid it? No way to really avoid it besides being involved in local chapter events or your regional events or volunteering for even higher positions. So beyond that,
I'm just gonna get comfortable with feeling like a number.
Okay, so there's only two more cons that I absolutely don't like about the SHRM membership. The first thing that I don't like is that the website can be a bit overwhelming at times. The best thing for me and that I suggest for anyone else is simply go to the search area and search whatever template you're looking for, whatever law you're looking for, whatever it is that you may need at that moment, because you can spend a good chunk of your day when you're trying to kind of let out a fire in the office. Now you're stuck trying to find the resource that's going to help you let this fire out. What happens if fire gets big? So just hit that search area because otherwise it's going to be annoying. The website is too big, it has too many resources, and it's overwhelming. Now this last option or this last con, I can't really say is a con. It's just a personal thing that I don't like. So I just simply don't like the fact that I'm already a member and you're giving me a discount. That's great for me to attend different events, but why are the costs like so high anyhow? So if an employer wasn't paying for it, would I be comfortable paying that $2,500 even though I know it's a $500 discount to those who aren't members? For those of you who are returning my channel, I thank you so much for returning. If you find any bit of this interesting, please hit the like button. For those of you who are new and you really like this information and you want to see more of it, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and join me for future videos.